Meanwhile, our first guest is baking a rustic crostata that even the most inexperienced baker can master. Did you just call me an inexperienced baker? I think so. Welcome back, food and lifestyle expert, our very good friend Chadwick Boyd. Welcome back, Chadwick. So glad to have you here.
Great new season.
That's right.
Good to be back in the kitchen.
Perfect time for plum crostata.
Oh my gosh, it's plum season. So we've got these beautiful red and black plums that we're going to make something so easy and pie-licious.
That's so funny that anyone can make. As you can see, Larissa, Orly, and Kimmy are already digging in. Yes. And this truly is a really, really easy pie-ish situation because it's a crostata, not a pie. And the point is, you want it to be unintimidating.
That's right. So this is a very simple pie dough crostata or galette. It's all the same. It's a peasant's pie.
It's just
It's
open-faced.
free form. That's right. Yep, very simple, but the ingredients here are a little bit elevated.
Okay, because everything you do, you elevate a little bit, which I love about
flavor.
all
And you
your
guys are going to be
recipes.
tasting that probably on your tongue, right?
So it just starts with some sliced plums.
A cup and a half of ripe but firm plums.
Okay.
And then a cup and a half of frozen blackberries.
Now, why is
that
it
you jump
important to
in.
use frozen?
The fresh breaks down too quickly when you bake it. So frozen works the best when you're baking.
The fresh will become mushy.
There you go.
Okay.
Yes. 2/3 a cup of demerara sugar. Y'all say that again?
What is that?
Demerara.
What is that? It looks just like brown
Delicious.
sugar. It's not. What is it?
It is the first press of cane sugar, and it's got this beautiful molasses color. It's adding a richer flavor to this. If you don't have it, granulated sugar is just fine.
Okay.
So here's another trick.
This is a great tip.
So quick cooking tapioca. I personally don't like cornstarch. It's a little bit too gluey for me.
Yeah, I sort of, every time I make a slurry and add cornstarch, I always feel a little bit wrong about it.
Yeah, exactly.
But now that I know this, I'm going to start doing this.
And it's right in the baking section. You can just find it. It's a little tiny box. You know, flour also you can use, but to me, you've got this beautiful jammy color, and flour will make it kind of gray.
Yeah, true. And so this is basically a thickener. It's the same thing that flour or cornstarch would do.
All of the juices of the fruit are going to break down. We're going to put this in the refrigerator for about an hour while the pie dough is chilling.
Okay.
So the juices and the tapioca, everything is going to just meld.
And there's no flavor to that tapioca.
None at all.
Beautiful.
No. So a pop of flavor to bring out that flavor in the jam is a half a teaspoon of black pepper.
Black pepper?
Yes, because
That
we're
doesn't
adding
sound right.
2 tablespoons of Pinot Noir.
See, it's interesting because, you know, when you make a dessert, very often people will add salt. But I had never heard of pepper until now.
Me
Absolutely,
either.
pepper and fruit. I love black pepper on strawberries in the summertime. It brings out the sweetness in it. It's a great trick.
I can't wait to start doing this.
And then a tablespoon of fresh rosemary. Again, the elevation. And then the zest of lemon.
Okay. Which also brightens
Put
it
all
a bit.
together. And just bring it all together.
And pop that in the fridge for 10 to 15 minutes while we make our pie dough.
Yes, and so we're going to pretend like an hour has gone by.
Okay.
While we make, I'm going to let you finish
continue.
that to bring it together.
Now, we've made our pie dough. You've rolled it out.
To 11 inches. So that's
Okay.
a standard. Kim, even you can do this.
So
Wait,
I haven't seen Kim skills lately, but she has been
Could you
making.
buy a pre-made? I'm being serious.
You actually could. It's not my preference, but yes, you could do that.
Then I could.
But
You
I'm a
wouldn't
fan.
because you're so healthy now that you make everything yourself.
right.
That is a sprig of rosemary in your
Whoever
hair.
suggested it. She's
Oh,
our
it's
DIY
lovely.
expert.
You know.
It's lovely. Find your ear.
Kim thought it was a beauty accessory.
I did.
Who am I to tell her she's wrong?
Exactly.
All right, so this is about 1/8 of an inch thick. Debbie, just go ahead and put that in the center.
Okay.
And you want to leave about 1.5 inches of the crust.
Okay,
or
I
of the
have to be
dough.
honest with you, Chadwick, even without the dough, I think I would eat this on top of yogurt.
Smell everything that we put in there. You can smell it, right? You can
so
smell the black
yummy.
pepper.
I was
you
going
can
to say,
smell the
that
plum.
over yogurt or ice cream or something, I mean, you could just
wonderful.
eat that alone.
Really, really simple.
Okay.
So now you just want to play here. Pleat 2 to 3 inches right over top.
Orly,
of
you
each
know
other.
about pleats.
I
It's like
do.
Fold it up
Speaking my language.
and over,
And are you pulling
just
it at
like
all?
this.
Or
Just a
trying not
little
to
bit.
stretch it?
Just a little bit.
These are my
You do it like
favorite
this.
sort of pies at when you go to bakeries and you see them all
Up.
in the beautiful, in the little
So
case.
this is like a sugar cookie that's hugging the fruit.
Oh.
Now, Debbie, if you want to grab that beaten egg and just go around there.
And you could do this with a heavy cream as well, right?
You could do that very, very easily.
Okay.
Look at, you're a pro here.
Oh, thank you. At the beginning of this, I was inexperienced. Now he wants me to help him out in the kitchen, don't you?
Can I just say, I gauge how much I should eat by what Orly eats.
the
'cause
pie is
Orly's
already
so
gone, y'all.
picky.
You
I
got
Orly
more.
eat everything.
Yeah, Orly doesn't do that.
It's so
You
good.
must make this.
And then we're going to sprinkle more of the demerara sugar on top. Now, the oven is already preheated
Okay,
to
to what-
425.
425.
Bake it for about 50 minutes. You can put that in the center
Okay.
and put this in here.
Look at that. Oh, it's
Like
beautiful.
that, and
now you can do this with any other sort of fruit, right?
You
Stone
could,
fruit,
any
correct?
stone fruit. Or you can use frozen cherries in off-season. Would be really delicious. And look at this, guys.
Wow.
Come on.
Beautiful. Now, I'm just going to say this for Cameron because he'll always, when we do something like this, he'll say, can we do it with like watermelon or honeydew? And everyone sort of looks at him like, yeah, anything but that, Cam. Yeah. That's for you, Cam.
Leave it as is. It's amazing. Now, I have to ask you, because we love when you come here and bake for us, but you have a new role right now. You've become one of the judges on Hallmark's Christmas Cookie Matchup, which is so exciting.
Oh
Tell
my
us all
gosh. It
about
is so much fun, guys. It's like the perfect addition to the Christmas Hallmark lineup.
That's right.
I'm so excited.
It is. And there's Emily Hutchinson, our good friend, and Jack Wagner.
Jack Wagner is the host, and the cast from When Calls the Heart is there. I mean, it's Christmas magic.
So basically, you guys, the When Calls the Heart cast matches up with real-life bakers, correct?
And they get right in the kitchen and get right to it.
Wait, we've got to see this because we have a clip of when the contestants first met you and heard what you had to think about their cookies. Let's take a look.
Welcome back. So, you're going to have 3 hours to complete your first team challenge and to stay in the competition. And your creations have to impress these two experts. Baker extraordinaire, Emily Hutchinson. And food and lifestyle guru, Chadwick Boyd. Okay, Emily, Chadwick, you've both sampled their drop cookies. Chadwick, I'm going to go to you first. What was your overall impression?
You know, for a first round, it was a really solid bake overall, but there was one standout that used apple in the cookie and then apple on the plate, and it was awesome.
Wow. I'm going to tell you something. There's another standout who used plums in his crostata, and that is Chadwick Boyd. You are the winner, my friend.
Yes, good job. And as you can see, we all finished ours, and it was amazing. So as always, make sure to check out the full recipe on hallmarkchannel.com. And for more on Chadwick, you can visit his social media at Chadwick Boyd. And make sure to check out Hallmark's Christmas Cookie Matchup this holiday season. But before we get to that, don't go anywhere because